Hey, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This video comes from a guy on TikTok by the name of Black Unicorn 2023. He is a master sergeant in the Army, and there's issues going on right now where Pete Hegseth is changing a lot of policies in the military about shaving profiles, and people aren't allowed to have beards and facial hair because it gives an unclean appearance. But my thing about it is when I was in, you know, a lot of people they break out when they shave. Me, I don't. I don't break out when I was shaving uniform. I could be clean shaven. A lot of people, normally it's black people, or sometimes Hispanic, depending on your origin, where they would break out. I forgot the name of it. It was like pseudo something. Yeah, it's a really bad condition. You break out with like razor bumps all over your face. But yeah, a lot of issues right now is like because mostly black people have it, or minorities have it, and they're trying to get rid of it just because Pete Hegseth is in and he's trying to change the policy. But let's see what Osar has to say.
I seen this shit. I gotta see it. Somebody told me this. DA selected for recruiting, and it came from Fort Knox, right? Look at the bottom. Cannot possess a no-shaving profile.
I'm gonna just pause it here just one time. Right here, there's police 132321. You can't have a shaving profile. That's the bare minimum they're allowed to be, their condition. That's their physical condition before they go to this particular military school. And it stands for physicality, your stamina. It's upper extremities, lower extremities, hearing, ears, and your psychiatric. That's basically what it means. If you are high numbers, you can't do that particular military school or that special training. If they're low numbers, you want to typically get all ones across the board, but you don't want to get more than 3. When you have more than 3, that means you're pretty fucked up and you can't do that job. But yeah.
Let me use Army lingo to prove my point. If you could deploy, engage, and destroy the enemies of United States of America in close combat with a beard,
That's true.
there should be no position back in the States that requires you not to have a beard.
SF does it all the time.
What we talking about? Then I hear people saying they don't like the beard because you can't seal the mask. And I always go back to that. Then why was it deployable? Like, so you telling me, because if something going to happen, CBRN wise, it's going to happen while you deploy. And they don't bring that up. But I could deploy with this beard and almost get in contact.
For the record, I don't mean to keep cutting off, but when he said CBRN, that's the chemical attack. When you get attacked by some type of gas, nerve, blood agent, you want to be able to have your mask close by so you can put it on your face and seal it. So he said that if they can't seal the mask to the face, the soldier can't deploy because it would seep in and kill that particular soldier.
Taking all this stuff. And I'm pretty sure, maybe me. If somebody say, hey, mask on Park, we expecting a CBRN attack. I would shave this shit off so fast. How they say it? Live now, itch later.
Yeah.
I truly don't think that's the issue. To do all that and come back to the States and say, hey, man, you can't be recruiting with your beard. What? I just... And the individual that sent it to me, it was sent to him. He has a beard. He said, Son Parker, I see how you feel. I see it happen to you, but I never thought it happened to me. It's crazy, man. And there's so much logic in what I'm saying. I'm not even like... All right, man, I'm done. I got some. I'm working on something, y'all.
Yeah, he has a point, but my thing also, I used to not really shit on people who grew beards that got the shaved profile. It's just a lot of people, they grow it and they don't know how to keep it nice, low, and trim to where it won't break out, but it doesn't detract from the professional of uniform. Because that's why they back when I was in, I retired in 2017, where you couldn't wear earrings, you couldn't have nose rings, men weren't able to do stuff like that. And like you couldn't have a faddish type of hairstyle. You couldn't grow facial hair unless you have a shaving profile. I know that lasts in between 30 to 90 days, depending on, your condition, how bad you are. In that 90 days, you could go back to sick call. They monitor it, see if everything's changed. If you got better, they limit you. They get rid of it. But if it got worse, or if it gotten worse, you keep your shaving profile, and they just extend it another 90 days. And I keep on doing this, just extend. Never gave you a permanent. But let's see some of these comments, what they talk about. Exactly. Special forces beards they wear during combat. Contradicting policy. That's exactly because there's army regulations, and then there's health and medical. Medical and health trumps the army regulation. Because like if it's being a detriment to how you are as a person, if it's caused you harm, agony, all that other stuff, they can't make you adhere to a policy or regulation if it's gonna if you're gonna be weak link or you're gonna be down because of it. It shows us more than shows actually being a tactic. Yeah, it definitely feels like violates EO if the beard is a religious exemption. Well, yeah, it depends because like you got like people of Islamic faith and other types of faith that can't shave and those are wear the hair pieces. You got to think about those people as well. 85 GT score, but a beard is where you draw the line. Exactly, a beard's not going to hinder your performance, but 85 GT score that's really low. That's like you need a waiver to get into certain MOSs because that's your test of how well you are as far as like mentally and your capability to learn and be a leader or do something specific to your job. That low of a score, that's the bare minimum. That's really low. Had a shaving profile while recruited from 2019 to 2023. You might have received a waiver. I don't know, but it's a thing of certain areas. You have to conform to the army, but not the army conforming to you. That's true. You when you join the military or organization like that, where the Marines, Air Force, Navy, you know, you have to adhere to their standards. They don't have to adhere to yours, especially with religion. They give you some leeway, with religion, but complete, if you like some people who can't shave during certain times or can't bathe during certain times, they'll make an exception, but they'll talk about you. Yeah. It's crazy how I had 3 NCOs in my company that were flagged for weight, height, and weight, and an ACFT that attended the course and passed, but I had a beard, and that's where they draw the line. Exactly. This guy right here, let me go back to his picture. He was supposed to be in the first sergeant position. They took that position away from him just because he couldn't shave. He has a shaving profile. Some say it's, being biased, being prejudiced, being racist, but it's mostly black people, I hate to say, that have a shaving profile. Let's see this other video he got. This is one where he proves a point where the mask can seal to the face. You got to pull it tighter, but it will seal.
They say it won't seal with the beard. Let go.
Okay, before he gets into it, the purpose of sealing, it's plastic. It's a rubberized mask. So it works better against actual skin that has no scarring or no hair. Because the hair, it won't be able to seal properly. That's the myth. But he's about to prove him wrong. It's just a matter of how tight you pull it to your face. That's even if you move side to side, up and down, and spin your head around, it won't break the seal. He's gonna blow out. Did he suck in? See how depressed on this side of his face? It's sealed to his face. That's the thing about it. It's like that was always the myth, even when I was in from 97 to 2017. Oh, it won't do this and won't do that. Me, I was a private, lower ranking at the time. I really didn't pay no attention to it. I was like, okay, yeah, that's why. I always cut my hair, make sure I was clean shaven. But the thing I learned is I couldn't shave with an electric razor. That would make me break out. But shaving with a straight razor, like a regular Bic or Gillette razor, no problem. And also, the thing is, some people didn't learn how to shave. So some people shave this way, then they shave this way. You change the direction of how you shave, your hair is going to go in a different direction. And also, with the Caucasian, and like Asian, their hair grows. If you look at their hair, their hair follicle itself, they're round compared to, minorities. Our hair follicles are normally flat, so that's why they curl versus a round tube comes out, it stays straight. Something flat is going to curl up. You could see what different with paper. You roll paper versus you shave paper. It's going to do the same exact thing. But let's see what he says as far as one more thing. And the whole myth is it's always black people, right? Check this out. Look at you guys right here. It's a white dude. This is a sergeant major. Let me increase it. It's a white dude, shaven profile. He's a sergeant major. This dude's a staff sergeant, E6. You know, the thing also is that they carp on is if you form it, make it look like it's, you know, kind of give it some type of shape. And you're like, oh, you can't shape it. If it's gonna be, it's got to be neat and orderly. You can't have it to detract away from the uniform. But if it just grows as is, it's just gonna be bushy. It's not gonna have any type of form whatsoever. So that would be unkempt. Versus if you form it and shape it, that gives it a neat, orderly, clean appearance. So that contradicts what the actual Army regulation states and what the shaving profile states. So a lot of people aren't keeping up to date with the actual regulations versus the shaving profile regulation. So it's a lot of things to think about. But that's all I have to say about this. You know, I used to be against shaving profiles in the military because it looked nasty. It looked unkept. It looked disorderly. But you know, with time, you know, I could change my mind. You know, like everybody else, you change your mind. We have a change of heart or think differently. You know, as long as it's neat in appearance, I don't have an issue with it. You know, the thing is, like, if you can deploy, you know, with a hair on your face, I don't see why they can't go, you know, keep it during, you know, seabird attack. As long as it's low to a point where the mask actually grabs. If you start growing it thick like this, then okay, yeah, you can actually be against regulation. But if it's neat and neat appearance, I don't see any issues with it. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, give me a thumbs up, and I'll catch you next video. Peace.